Hey, everybody, that opening is still so epic. I just love it. So, yes. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Week 7 in the books, thankfully. Um, so, we are here after another week. It technically was a week of football. There are some good things that happen a lot. So, the reason I go with this as our entry screen, as the title of this episode, of whatever we want to call it. So I didn't actually get to watch a single snap of football this week. Like, I had a wedding on Sunday, stuff to do with the kids beforehand. I don't remember why I missed Thursday. And then by the time all of that happened, and then yesterday happens, I'm like, you know what? Ignorance is bliss, because I did not see a single game. I have no idea how so many of the players in the NFL played, but all I know was before the week started, I traded for Jared Goff and Amari Cooper and got a message halfway through the games like, yeah, sorry about that trade. And I'm just like, well, now I don't want to know. And I got more than one message like that. And it's just like, you know what? I don't want to know. I'm not going to look. Ignorance is bliss. My teams are not losing if I don't look to see that they're losing. It is Schrodinger's fantasy football team. It didn't really work out in the end anyway, because I had to go look at the scores, and the standings were updated regardless if I looked at them or not. But man, ignorance was such great bliss throughout Sunday that, man, I don't even know. It was rough. By the way, the other one I went for was the Captain Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where he just goes, pain. But I went with ignorance is bliss just because it's a little more positive, even though it's not really positive. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. And it made me want steak, even though the coloring on this is so off that even for me, that looks a little undercooked at that point. That's well, it's not purple at least. But here we go. All right. So let's move on and let's pick some winners, because we had some stuff to auction off. It was our goodness giveaway from last week, where if you donated to that campaign, it's called at donorbox.org/goodness giveaway, you had the chance to win a Justin Tucker signed jersey or this beautiful Jordan Addison signed mini helmet. How good did he do? He did so good. It's because we put him on here. Honestly, Justin Tucker crushed it also. So yes, we picked the right players. So first, now let me add this to stage. All right, it does say mini helmet up top. Excellent. So it is the right. We are going to go see, because again, whenever we do a twofer, whenever there's two prizes you could win, on the donation screen, it will say, do you just want the mini helmet, just want the jersey, or do you want both? So that's why we split it up. And I guess that technically means you can win both. But here we go. Justin, no. They both start with J's, so I'm very glad we're getting this out of the way early, because I was going to keep screwing it up over and over again. Jordan Addison signed mini helmet. Remember, I'm going to click this box. I'm going to get an error message because black is cool looking, but doesn't really work, black on black in Excel. Here we go. And congratulations, Jason Kramer won last week, getting the Sam Howell jersey. Weekly subscription to his donations, and he wins the beautiful Jordan Addison mini helmet. Congratulations again, Jason Kramer. Hey, football players will probably, at this point, they're just not paying attention. They're just signing stuff. So if you slip, it's purple. It's a wrong purple, but maybe he just thinks it was like a knockoff brand, something helmet. And maybe Justin Tucker just signed it. But he definitely did sign this beautiful jersey. And let's go. Hold on. I need to actually share the other screen. I was about to just click away, but that really doesn't help. And if you want to, by the way, stop seeing the same people win multiple things, that just means you got to get in here and donate yourself. All you need to do, $5, and it gets you in. Let's stop that screen. Let's present, share screen. And let's go to random generator. There you are. Let's share. I thought ahead this time. I felt so prepared. I actually zoomed in beforehand. Yes. So here we go. Remember, again, I'm going to click this button. We're going to get an error message. And then Gregory Eckerts. Congratulations, Gregory Eckerts. You are the winner of this beautiful future Hall of Famer, Justin Tucker signed Ravens jersey. I love the purple on the Ravens jerseys. Like, I've always been such a fan. Like when I used to, when we had nothing to talk about on podcasts, we would do a draft of our favorite jerseys. My favorite will forever be the powder blue Chargers jersey, but just the regular old Ravens purple jersey. It's so nice looking. Congratulations again, Gregory Eckert, on winning the Justin Tucker jersey. And also, I wish I thought to make a slide of this, but I didn't. Don't forget, we have the contest going for Scott Fish's birthday, where if any donate at fantasycares.org enters you into a chance to win not only a signed Justin Jefferson jersey, but also a matching Funko Pop. So, yes, okay, sorry, we have to start over. Everybody who won, forget it. Scott just showed up. Oh, Gregory's here now, so now we can't start over. That would be too mean, Scott. I was going to start over, but Gregory's here and he saw. What did you win, Gregory? You won this. Oh, and I love that you showed up when your name was even on the screen. You know what? I almost want to say, Scott, because it's your birthday, you can win. But no, we're doing the contest because it's your birthday. So no, Scott, you can't win. But congratulations, Jason. Congratulations, Gregory. Such cool stuff. And there's even more cool stuff coming. Oh, yes. Scott is just the meanest. He really is the worst. I mean, all right. So let's get back to our slides. Let's get back to the top performers at each position this week in Scott Fishbowl. The stack. Who are you going to pick at 101? Is it going to be Kelsey or is it going to be Mahomes? At least you didn't have to face both of them anywhere. Like in a dynasty league, there's a chance that you had to play against both of these players. In this league, that is not something you had to worry about. You got Travis Kelce, the number one scorer in the week, finally paying off for those people that drafted him 101 for real. He's the tight end one by many, many points per game at this point, but he never had this week. He had this week. 13 targets, 12 receptions for 179 yards and a touchdown, bringing us back to having a player in the 60-something points, putting up 63.9. That's why you drafted him. Of course, I did not have the inner strength to draft Kelce 101. I took Mahomes, so I am not sad about completing 32 of 42 for 424 yards and 4 touchdowns, compiling 51.76 fantasy points. That's what we want out of Mahomes. Now, I have to admit, Alvin Kamara came in as the running back one, and for 2 reasons, I almost sort of changed things around. First of all, it would have been great to put Deonta Foreman as the running back one for the week. And okay, I just need to put in there with Kelce still lost by 100, came in from the Fantasy Cares account. That is not me, because again, I did not do that. So I don't know who's stepping on my toes using our account, but someone is. Alvin Kamara. I usually, for running backs, I know it's Bob, there's no one else that it can be. Usually I just say touches. I combine rushes and completions, but I couldn't because Kamara had 17 rushes, but 12 completions, 14 targets, I think it was. Like, I almost put him as the wide receiver one and put Deonta Foreman as the running back one because 12 receptions. Ridiculous. But it was 153 yards. Unfortunately, did not get into the end zone as New Orleans, well, they're both a little allergic to the end zone this season, but still rolling in 43.55 fantasy points. And you're not sad about that, especially because he was riding your bench for a whole bunch of weeks and he's making up for it. And then here we go. The boy, the man, Jordan Addison, our wide receiver one on the week. Yes. I'm trying to shake it in vigorously to get my point across, but not too much because I don't want it to my luck. I'll do that and it'll scrape against the plastic in front and ruin and smudge the signature. And I would never do that to Jason. So Jordan Addison with 10 targets, 7 receptions for 123 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, whew. Yes, the game we've been waiting for with Justin Jefferson now, we got from Jordan Addison, pulling up 34.3 fantasy points. Low week for wide receivers. It's really funny. We have a quarterback as our second highest scorer, but it's mostly because his tight end is the number one scorer. Not a great week for wide receivers. I hit the wrong button. Here we go. So the letdowns. I almost didn't put Bijan on here, and if he just didn't play clearly, I wouldn't have, and apparently the Falcons might be getting fined for how they handled his game situation with quote-unquote injury. Apparently he had a really bad headache or something like that, but he ended up with 1 rush for 3 yards and 0.55 fantasy points. While I don't have him in SFB, I got him in a couple others, and it hurt pretty bad, which is also why I was definitely putting him on here, because I needed to gripe about it a little bit. I don't like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like, at this point, I don't care what happened. I hope he's okay. Like, of course, but like 1 rush for 3 yards. Yes, Arthur Smith is the enemy of fantasy football. That is very, like, we've moved past Bill Belichick. It is Arthur Smith. Josh Jacobs. Now, it's interesting with Jacobs, especially with Scott Fishbowl scoring. He's been having a pretty good season for SFB. In most leagues, especially leagues that don't do point per first down, is really what it comes down to. He's been having a season, had 2 really good games, but then he comes in with 11 rushes and 1 reception for a total of 41 yards. I get it. Brian Hoyer, really, really bad, but like, that's when you're supposed to have a game. That's when you're supposed to take that team, put it on your shoulders, and bring those shoulders into the end zone at least 2 to 3 times. Started Kelsey and LMG. Started Kelsey and Kamara, but also Kmet and Jacobs. We'll talk about Jacobs now, and then move on to Kmet now. Cole Kmet, 0 targets, 0 receptions, 0 yards, and 0 fantasy points. It's been a while since we had like a full-on bagel. And I get it, again, it wasn't Justin Fields, but Badgley they won. They had 30 points. Zeros? Not even a target? And I double-checked because, again, didn't watch football this week. He wasn't injured. Just zeros. Ouch. Okay. Oh, man. I skipped over doing the redemption, so let's just forget that ever happened. And let's go. We're going to do a giveaway, and we are going to give away the touchdown scorer himself, Romeo Doubs, signed football. For the next 3 minutes, type in the name Romeo, and you will get entered to win this football. And I forgot to pull up the wheel. Names. So let me pull that up real quick. And start typing. All right, here we go. We got Ryan Volts. Ryan won something already. If you don't want, just everybody should be in here. Keep typing. Keep typing. Keep typing. Whoa! All right, maybe slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. Come on, man. Like I wasn't joking, but here we go. We got Cole in here. Gregory going for the 2 goals in 1 game. He's trying to win here also. Good for you. All right, we got 2 more minutes. When we hit 3:15, we are going to run. We are going to run the wheel and see who wins. Luke Juke, Danielle, John L. All right, keep it coming. Hold on, I can stop typing for a second. So let me hold this back up. Here we go. We are in the contest for another minute of giving away a signed Romeo Doubs football. And I don't know if you could really see, especially in that picture, but this is all stitching. This is not printed. And on the other side, I guess I have to hold it kind of like, there you go. It shows the Packers, all of their Super Bowl wins, and listing of their what year and what championships they were. It's under the sticker, so it's a little hard to see. So this thing is really cool looking. This is legit. This is not just some throwaway, some guy signed a football. This is pretty. This is something, like you just like keep up here for good luck whenever you're like watching TV. Right, it's hard to balance a football, but still, you hang this up. You put this on a mantle with how beautiful this baby is, and it is 3:15. So let's go and find out who's gonna win. Let's stop sharing you and start sharing Wheel of Names, share. There you go. Let's hit that. Every day I'm shuffling. Do, 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 do. All right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? The Romeo Dubs signed football. Is it going to be Gil? Is it going to be Plural Roger? Plural Roger! Congratulations. Romeo Dubs signed football. Now, I know you've won something before, but I completely forgot what your handle is. So either throw it in here or DM me at Dynasty Outhouse, and we'll get that football to you out in the next couple of days. Oh, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. And Bob coming back to say, I should mention I lost by 100 to the number 2 overall in SFB, Dan Wisner. Nobody cares, Bob. You lost. That's all that matters. Oh, so Plural Roger is you. Okay. So I'll reach out and we will try and, nope, didn't mean to do that. And I'll get your information and we'll get that out to you. Okay, so here we go. Let me get to the right screen again. Add to stage. Let's talk about the top 12 scoring players in this week's SFB. And this is a weird list. This felt very strange. It was, again, like I said, not a good week for wide receivers to the point where I had to change the top 5 tight ends to top 5 wide receivers. Because Travis Kelce leading it off with 63.9, Mahomes 51.76. We had Lamar Jackson finally showing up with 49.43. He's never been bad, but he's never done this. Kamara with that 43.55. There's Deonta Foreman with the 43.00. TJ Hawkinson 42.6. Gardner Minshew. Of course, we knew that Gardner Minshew was going to outscore Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen this week. 42.25, 42.21. Wow. And then 38.95. But then we hit Darren Waller, someone on the Giants offense, up here at 35.8 points. Jahmyr Gibbs, hey, how you doing? Welcome here. 35.35. And then finishing it up with Jordan Addison, the first wide receiver, was the 12th highest score with 34.3, which is why I added this down here. AJ Brown, 32.7. Tyreek Hill, only 28.8. Way to let us down, Tyreek. Come on. Puka, 28.4, and then Amon-Ra St. Brown with 28.2. It was like, at least they were clustered a bit. It wasn't that bad, but yeah, we did not get that high scoring wide receivers that we're used to. And it hurt a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Playoffs? Why aren't, it doesn't. So when you share this was supposed to be a GIF. He was supposed to actually be, doing the whole thing. You kidding? Playoffs? So 74 teams clinched their playoff spot already because there's only I'll keep reading. All 13 plus win teams get in, and then the remainder are based on points. Only 20 teams are still undefeated. This week, 74 teams clinched a playoff berth. Next week, 347 more can clinch. Whew. So it's time. We are getting into the fantasy football playoffs, sort of. SFB is the lead-in for fantasy football season, and their playoffs is the lead-in for fantasy football playoff season. So congratulations to the 74 teams that already clinched the playoffs. I'm not one of them, just to put it out there. But congratulations to all you people that are. I guess, you know what we can do is let's stop sharing this and let's start sharing Scott Fishbowl. Where's the Scott Fishbowl? Wow, you're not on this list of tabs. Hold on, let me close some other tabs and maybe that will. Hey, there you go. Okay. There you go. Stuff's coming out. Scott Fishbowl. There you go. I have too much stuff going on. I don't think anyone is surprised to hear that at this point. So here we go. By the way, when you go to scottfishbowl.com, look at this button right here. That brings you to fantasycares.org so you can donate in case you go to the wrong spot. And then over here, just in case you haven't done it yet, sign up for SFB 14. You've been able to do it for 3 months now. You're falling behind. If you haven't signed up yet, go sign up. And now let's go look at the leaderboard. So here we go. All teams. Oh man, I love this right here, right away. That Andrew's still up in top. Is the top scoring team, but still has a loss on the record. Like, that's the frustration of fantasy football. The 1 week where you just happen to be playing that team that's just had a better week than you did. But we still have, look at this. All of these teams are in the well, here we go. Okay, so Luke, that's rough. You're up here, a top 9 team, and you didn't clinch your playoff spot yet. But, you know, you'll get it. All right, look at this. We have all of these 12, 14, 12, 12, 13, 12, 10 win. Your boy Rich, I think he was a top scorer last week, and maybe he is this week too. So yeah, he's pulling his way up, 10 wins, but already up at averaging 245 points per game. It is a tough race in here, and we are just going to keep trudging along. Here, let's go back to here. Let's see what's next. The undefeated teams. Last week we were at 42. We're down to 20 so far, and let's actually pull up the leaderboard of the undefeated teams. Go back to here. And the aforementioned Dan Weisner in at DoWiz_FFB, Stephanie Miller, Neil Gray, Chris Thompson. Hey, is Roman not here today? There's Roman. There we go. So there we go. And so Roman in here, undefeated. Aaron Knight, John Lee, Marcus Myers, Daniel Glaudich, Andrew Swanson. And that's all the names I'm going to read, because I'm not just going to sit here reading all 20 names, even though I read 10. But I'm not going to keep going because I don't really want to right now. So, all right, here we go. Let's try and see what's next. Here, let's go back to here. Click that button. This week's highest scorers: Ryan Swenson, FF Svensson, DG, 325.2. We made it back up into the threes. That's nice. You know, we had a week or two of not great scoring. Chase Gardner, week number 2 in the week, 324. Chris Lingen, Brian Fry. There's your boy Rich again. And there's Paul Pogo, David Henderson, Chip Miller, John Byrne, and Tyler Orginski round out the top 10. The lowest of the top 10 put up 297.79. You know what I have to do? Hold on. I usually do this. I didn't. Let's go back to leaderboard and leaderboard. I had a pretty good week this week. Let's. Where am I? 13-17. Top half, baby. Top half, baby. Yes. Congratulations, Russ. Oh, thanks. Yes, it feels good. Whew. All right. Let's go back to here. Hey, it's my show. I could be selfish if I want to be. All right, let's talk about next week's goodness giveaway. We are going to be giving away a signed Davante Adams jersey. And since it is October, and because we don't plan well enough, all donations from this week's goodness giveaway will be matched and donated to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, because October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we are going to donate and then match the dollars that come in for this Davante Adams jersey. So if you have not yet, donorbox.org/goodness giveaway, donate whatever you can. It'll enter you into the chance to win the Davante Adams jersey and help raise some money for breast cancer research and prevention and all of the stuff that needs to happen, right? Like, so let's absolutely kick it up in gear, give a little extra if you can, or just retweet whenever you see it. Any sort of forwarding of the message is greatly appreciated in any way, shape, or form. And I mean, that's it for this week. And thank you for hanging around, coming around, playing around, just being you. Thank you for being you. And we'll see you next Tuesday. And it's going to be Halloween next Tuesday. And that's going to be exciting, I guess. My kids are excited. I'm not really a Halloween person. But thank you, everyone, for being here, being you, and all of the above.